Hello, I'm Michael Heath for the Courtless Divorce. I'm not an attorney. I do not dispense legal advice. However, I am passionate for educating the public about the alternatives to divorce litigation. Today, I'm here to speak about caucusing in divorce mediation. Now, the type of divorce mediation that I advocate for is courtless mediation. A lot of people call it voluntary mediation. Others call it private mediation. I call it courtless mediation. And the reason is because it's the type of mediation that occurs prior to ever filing any paperwork with the court. So it's completely courtless. Many people are familiar with is court-mandated mediation or mandatory mediation. And these are mediations that are enforced by the court system. So maybe somebody goes to divorce court and the judge says, I don't want to make a decision on this issue. I think you need to make a decision on this issue. I want you two to go into mediation. So that's court-mandated mediation. But again, what I'm advocating for is courtless mediation, which is mediation prior to ever getting into litigation, prior to having litigation attorneys, anything like that. So the mediation is it's with a mediator, which is a neutral third party, and the two spouses. And so in these three-way meetings, all the issues of the divorce are negotiated, and the purpose is to get to a divorce agreement that will eventually then be submitted to the court. Now, it does happen sometimes that there's an impasse, or the two spouses just can't come to an agreement on a certain issue, or maybe even the sessions start to get a little bit hostile, or one of the spouses started acting out a little bit. So those little problems can arise. And so there's what can somebody do? Well, if the couple is at a total impasse, they could go to arbitration. And arbitration is where they would go to in front of an arbitrator. It's sort of similar to going to court, but it's private, and each spouse would plead their case to the arbitrator, and the arbitrator would then make a decision that both sides would have to live with. Now that does happen, and that can definitely save the mediation process, although it's a little drastic. So it's not real common. But again, it's something that it could occur. If the couple had gone into litigation with two lawyers and there was an impasse, they would end up in court. But in mediation, you may end up in arbitration. But there is there is an alternative to arbitration, which is caucus meetings. And caucus meetings are private meetings between the one spouse, and the mediator. And what these caucus meetings can do is give the one spouse an opportunity to provide information or an opinion or a concern that they're too afraid to say to bring up in front of the other spouse. Maybe there's an extramarital affair that they don't really want to discuss in front of the other spouse. Maybe the other spouse is acting in a way that's intimidating, and bring this information and this concern to the arbitrator. So there's different reasons why there could be a caucus meeting. And so what the caucus meeting can produce is the ability for the mediator to kind of give the negotiation sessions like a reset or a fresh start, using this fresh new information. And the purpose, of course, is to bring the sessions forward, to move them forward, and end up with a divorce agreement. So they can be very helpful, and they can be very useful when used correctly. Now, are there any drawbacks to caucus meetings? And the answer is yes. I came up with three that I think are the most important. And so one is caucusing is, in a sense, goes against the actual philosophy of mediation. Mediation is this whole the mediation approach is this whole very transparent, very open, very creative type of method where all three are parties are being, of course, being very honest and open and trying to work the problems through together. Where caucusing is a private meeting between one spouse and one mediator. So again, it goes against the grain and the whole philosophy of mediation. Second of all, it could cause some concern and ill at ease for one of the spouses, because they might become, let's say, suspicious of what is being said in these private caucus meetings. So that's definitely a concern. You don't want to have one spouse getting really worried about what's being said and what's being said about them, and that could possibly derail the sessions if one spouse is getting upset by what might be said in these private meetings. And lastly, the caucus meetings actually could be used for ill intent. You don't want to have one spouse going into the caucus meeting thinking that what they really want to do is actually to go into this caucus meeting and win the mediator over to their side. Now, a seasoned mediator could see right through that, but you certainly don't want any spouse using caucus meetings or any part of the whole mediation process to try to win the mediator over. The mediator is actually a neutral third party and is completely independent of really picking sides. They're there to help guide the negotiation sessions, and the negotiating is actually done by each spouse. So really the mediator is there as a guide and not to pick sides. So if one spouse is going into the sessions, caucus sessions, thinking that they're going to win that mediator over, it goes against the whole spirit of the mediation, and two, they're almost certainly not going to do it, especially not with a good mediator. So all right, well, that's my presentation on caucusing during divorce mediation. I hope you found this presentation helpful and informative. If you like what you heard, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. If you want to learn more about courtless divorce and courtless mediation, what I suggest is go to my website, thecourtlessdivorce.com, or even better yet, buy my book, The Courtless Divorce by Michael Heath. It's available on the website. It's available as a print book and as a downloadable PDF. Or you could also go to Amazon and buy it there. You can buy the book as a print book on Amazon or as an ebook on Amazon. So thank you again for watching this video, and have a nice day.